I just had a baby. That was like the craziest thing that has ever happened to me in my life, like easily. Sorry, I'm all emotional because I have hormones going on in me. But yeah, like I have a baby and he's here and I'm not pregnant anymore. I have a baby. So yeah, I'm in hospital if you couldn't tell. I'm sorry, my thoughts are all like really jumbled at the moment. So the story is, I'm sorry, I like pushed a human out of me. Things are not connecting up here. My family are in Japan at the moment. We went and picked them up on Monday night from the airport, dropped them off at like 9:30 and then went home. And then like it started happening, like contractions started at like 1:30 a.m. maybe, so not that many hours later. And I was like, okay, I think this is like, I think something's going down here. I think it's happening. I think he's coming. So we got ready and went to the hospital and they did a checks and they're like, yeah, you started dilating and like, it really hurts. If you're a boy, you won't understand this pain. If you're a girl and you haven't had a baby, it's like period pain, but like a million times worse. Anyway, so we came to the hospital and then they like moved us into this little like labor room, which I'll put a picture of it here. I didn't film it or anything because obviously I was in so much pain I couldn't think of anything else. And we just like spent the time there basically like waiting for me to be in enough pain to deliver a baby. But like we're well looked after. The midwife that was like just assigned on that shift that day was so amazing. She was like, I'd never met her before and I felt like I just completely trusted everything she was saying. She was giving me direction. She was saying, do you want to try this? Do you want to do this? She's going, okay, we're going to do this. She was strict where she needed to be, but like the staff was so amazing. I could not have given birth to a human without them. They just like supported me so much. And so did Shinya. And now he's here and it's the happiest thing ever. And I'm not gonna be a mom. I am a mom and she is a dad. And then our families came. I didn't even finish the story. So anyway, we were there all day pretty much, and time like was going so fast, even though it was like so painful every 5 minutes and you can't stop it. It's like I needed a 20 minutes break, just stop for 20 minutes, but it would not. Anyway, I actually chose to give birth at this hospital because like in Japan, epidurals are not really that common. Most people, I think it's like over 90% of people just have natural births, but this hospital does epidurals, so this is why I chose here, because in Australia like it's the thing, right? You go, oh, I'm gonna give birth, so of course I'm gonna have an epidural. But yeah, I chose it because they had that, but then like maybe 2 months ago I started to doubt whether I actually wanted it, because I was like, I didn't even really think about it really. I just like assumed, yeah, that's what you do, you know. But then I was like debating it. I was like, I think I'm gonna try it like natural, actually, like no medication for pain, because I'm scared of needles and I don't want to have a big needle in my spine. But also I was like kind of worried about complications and stuff, which I'm sure like it would be fine. Like anyway, moving on. So then like literally like about an hour before I actually went into the delivery room, Shinya was like, are you sure you don't want to get the epidural? Because I was just like looking at him in the eyes like this, like I can't do it, I don't know if I can do this. I was like, no, I think I don't want to do the epidural. I still want to try. And he's like, we could just ask just in case if it's still possible. I was like, oh, okay, just ask. And they're like, no, it's too late for that now. You gotta just go for it. And he was like, oh no, can you go for it? And I was like, I actually kind of wanted to be told no, because then like I would have no choice but just to like give it my all. So like I think that maybe like flicked something inside of me, because like within hearing that, I was like in the delivery room within an hour, and then there we go. Sorry, my phone got full and I had to delete some stuff. Where was I in the story? Yeah, so after I heard that I couldn't have the epidural, I was just like, okay. And then like, there was like, there's no backing out of it once you're in that position. So then I moved into the delivery room, and then within like, I think an hour, he was born. And it was like, I when you're in there, like, I don't even know how to describe it in words. You just have to keep going. And it's the most painful thing. Actually, I think the contractions were more painful than pushing out the baby. But like, I felt like you just, like your body just does it automatically. Like it knows what to do and when to do. I didn't feel as though anything was happening. Like I would push and push, and I felt as though maybe he was kind of coming out and going back in. I don't know, I couldn't see. And then all of a sudden, I heard the like doctor and the midwives just going, oh, and then it just felt like a whoosh, and then he was there. And he's here. And I didn't think I could love anything more than I love Emo, but I really love him already. And he's so cute. But yeah, so in Japan you stay in hospital for quite a while. 4 or 5 days is usual for like an uncomplicated birth. And this hospital is great. It has really good facilities and amazing food. Like all the meals have been excellent, and volume tappuri, lots of food. Actually, I'm so hungry all the time. Maybe because there's so much energy required to shoot out a baby out of you. But also the staff were just like so helpful and supportive and amazing, and anything you need, they come and help you out and check for you or whatever. You just press, there's this little button on a string and you just press it and they'll come and do whatever you need. Oh, my phone's ringing, sorry. There's a phone in the room that rings when reception or the nurses want you. They just, it's okay. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, the button. So you press this little button and then they'll bring you anything that you might need. There's a nursery downstairs, so you can have the nurses look after your baby if you need to take a shower or have a rest or a sleep, like overnight, for example. The first night I just like was so exhausted, obviously, because I had been up writhing in pain since 1 a.m. So I had them look after my baby. So I thought that being in hospital and recovering from being pregnant would be like quite boring, as in like I would get a lot of time to just like lay down and relax and hold my baby and just rest. But no, it is like a full-on schedule here. Every day there's different like classes or like things that you have to go and listen to. There's different tests you have to do, like blood tests and internal checks and things like regular checks every day to make sure everything's healing up properly and nothing has gone wrong. There's showering, which is a whole story on itself, because your first shower after giving a baby is not like anything else you've ever done before. There's like feeding the baby, so you have to feed every 3 hours. I'm trying my best to do breastfeeding, but also they help to supplement with milk as well if you need it. But on top of that, there's things like an aromatherapy massage that everyone gets to have. There's a celebratory dinner that comes on your last night when you're about to leave the next day. So there's some fun things as well. But it's like been so busy with people coming to visit as well that I haven't so far had any chance to just rest and just be. But I'm sure that will come eventually. It's kind of like being on school camp where you've got this schedule and like you've got to go to all these different places and listen to all these different things and do all these different things, which is good. Like, you don't get bored. So I haven't read any of my book or watched any TV or done anything like that. It's just been go, 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 go.
This is my room that I've been living in for the past few days. This is like the standard room. They also have a premium room, which the difference is that this one has a toilet, which is like just a toilet. You guys know what a toilet looks like. You don't need to see that. But the premium room also has its own shower and towels, whereas I had to bring my own towels, which is fine. Like, I think that's a pretty good deal for like not having to pay an extra $100 every day, because the shower is literally outside that door, like just there. But I've got a little sink and like a mirror and stuff so I can wash my face and brush my teeth, which is good. There's a TV. I've turned this on literally 0 times so far. This is where I keep my shoes and my slippers, which are when you go out in the hall or downstairs, you've got to put your slippers on. Standard Japanese practice. And we've got our little like storage zone. So like this table moves around. You put it over the bed if you want. There's like a little mini fridge, which is useful, and a drawer, and like extra shelfy thing if you need it. And we have our amenities. So we have a little kettle and some tea, coffee, phone, like for contacting nurses or when the front desk wants to call you and stuff. And this is where I keep all my medicine, my personalized thermometer with my name on it that I have to take my temperature with every day. What else? More storage up here. There's me. Hello. Then over here, moving on, we have the bed, which is really hard, not comfortable at all, but this part can like recline up and down. Like I got this little button thing here. Hang on. Get that out the way so I can like press the buttons. Look, it's very slow, but I think you guys can see that moving. And a little button here which calls the nurses, and they speak to you through here if you need anything. And I have my own pillow. Shinya bought it for me because like they have these little pillows which are full of like hard beads. Not comfortable. Do not recommend. So I got him to bring my actual pillow, which is much of an improvement. Then we have the seating area, which is where I entertain my guests. But mostly I just put stuff on them. And there's different pillows here. So this one is like a donut shape. So after you've given birth, like it hurts to sit down. Too much information maybe, but there's like a little hole in the middle, so that feels more comfortable to sit on sometimes. And then a nursing pillow for feeding your baby. And then this is where I put my little flowers and my little sheep, which is for Levi, obviously not for me, unfortunately. And look at this. We got this little book when I gave birth, obviously. And if you open it up, it's got his feet prints and then a photo of us. I look like a massive potato, but whatever. And if you press this button, you can hear him cry. So noisy. This is the little chart that we have attached to the baby crib thing. And both myself and the nurses, if they're looking after him, will fill it in, like if he's had milk or been breastfed or done a poop or things like that, so that we're all on top of like what's going on. And we're on day 2 at the moment. So you can see he's pooped already like 3 times today. It's very busy.
Another thing that is like common practice in Japan, which I don't know if it is in Australia, but I hadn't heard of it and I thought it was a bit weird, is they give you this little box after you give birth, and inside it's got like a dried out umbilical cord.
Why? It looks like a bit of rope or something. Anyway, got my baby's umbilical cord. So when you go out into the hallways, you have these little pink slippers to wear. And if you've ever been to Japan before or know anything about Japan, you'll know that like everyone's obsessed with having slippers, right? So this morning I went down to feed my baby and I forgot to put on my slippers, and everyone just had a massive panic attack. They're like, oh my God, you didn't bring slippers. Are you okay? Do you want some slippers? And I was like, oh yeah, no, it's okay. And then I went into the room with all like the babies where you pick up your baby if you have had them being looked after. And they're like, oh, you don't have any slippers. Are you okay? Do you want some of these slippers? And I'm just like, no, I'm good. So always remember your slippers. This is the shower room. There's a shower in here. You can sit in there. And you have to write down on here what time you want to take a shower. And you have 30 minutes. When I had given birth and was like moving into this room, they also gave me this like massive bag of goodies and a lot of advertising pamphlets and stuff. But you get stuff like baby body wash and nipple pads, cream, disinfectant, random toothbrush, nappies, baby wipes, a different brand of nappies, poop bag formula. They also give you a big bag of nappies for your baby, which you use while you're in the hospital, but then you can take home the remainder. So I think that we'll probably have like a third of it left by the time I go home. So this is today's breakfast. It's so far alternated between Japanese style and Western style. And today we have bread and soup and salad, fruits, and some vegetables and hot dishes. Everything's warm. Oh, and this is yogurt as well. Yeah, I'm actually really hungry, so I'm gonna eat this. And then after every meal I have to take these medicines too. But like they don't check on you to check if you're taking them, so it's very trusting. Guys, it's my last morning at the hospital. I'm going home today, which is really exciting because I can't wait to not have to sleep in this hard bed anymore. You probably notice my face is all like puffy and tired because last night I had to do like, I'm just gonna eat this while I talk to you, sorry. Like a whole night of having the baby next to me, so that like you have to do that on your last night so you're kind of prepared for what it's going to be like when you get home and it's the real world. It's probably the second hardest night I've ever had in my life. Babies don't just go to sleep. You got to feed them every 3 hours, which I was obviously mentally prepared for. But like, I also just was by myself, literally. Like, obviously Shinya's not here, so we couldn't like share the support and the feeding and the like helping him get back to sleep like we would be able to at home. So that was tough. So literally like I had 10 minutes sleep at 4 a.m. just before 4 a.m. and like maybe 45 minutes to 1 hour sleep just before 6:30. So that's what we're working with today. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this breakfast. I'll talk to you soon.